Hi, I'm back today. I'm going to make some buns, dinner buns. This is a fairly quick recipe, so let's get to it. I've got everything all measured out and ready to go. I'm using a stand mixer today, so when I start mixing, I think the mixer's pretty darn loud, so everything has to be mixed for about 8 minutes. First, you know what, I'll tell you what I do before I even do it, because like I said, this mixer is so loud. First thing I'll do is add the dry ingredients, which is, now let's see, my recipe's right here. And the dry ingredients include 4 cups of flour, a tablespoon of instant yeast, 2 tablespoons sugar, and a teaspoon of salt. So I'll dump all those in the mixer and stir them up, and then I'll add the liquids, which will be 1.5 cups of warm water and 2 tablespoons of softened or even melted butter. So we'll do that now. So in goes the flour. So let's try to make space on my counter, so I put it all over here on the stove. So we'll just dump in the 4 cups of flour. And that's the 2 tablespoons of sugar. Let me see, how much yeast was that again? A tablespoon of instant yeast. Teaspoon of salt. And that's everything. Yeast, sugar, salt, and we'll turn on the mixer. I'm going to turn it on. Oops, a little bit floppy on the stove. I'm going to turn it on, but if it's too noisy, I'll stop the video and I'll get back to you. Oh, maybe that's not too bad. So we'll just mix this up a little bit. I'll let it mix for a second while I get the water. And I'm actually going to use a cup of water, warm water, and half a cup of milk. It'll make it a little more richer tasting. So I'll just slowly pour in the liquids until everything's all nice and combined. And the butter. Might have been easier to pour the butter into the warm water. It's starting to get a bit clunky here. Stop that for a second so I can just scrape the bottom of the bowl. Should be good. I'm mixing it on a slow speed here. It's on my mixer, it's about a number. It says stir, so that's around just the number 1. I'm kind kind of wondering if I should add a little bit more water. I'm going to get a bit more water just to be prepared. So just warm water, not too hot. Just maybe a teaspoon or two. Maybe that's about 1 teaspoon. That might be good. For such a tiny kitchen, I never have enough room to do anything. I think this might be a good idea, especially if I want to use the mixer. I think that's good for now. I'm not going to make you have to watch and listen to the mixer going for, 8 minutes. So, I'll pause the video for now and I'll get back to you after it's done mixing. So, here we are. It's 20 minutes later. Let's see if it's doubled in size. After mixing all the dough and everything, I didn't record this. I took the ball of dough out and formed it into a nice ball. I greased the bowl and greased the ball of dough. Covered it with this plastic wrap. And then a towel and let it rise for 20 minutes. So now, let me just make sure I'm doing this right. Still doubled. Now turn out flour onto floured surface. Oh, I didn't get flour. There you go. Flour my surface. Flour my hands a bit. And turn the dough out. There it is in the bowl. That's about doubled in size. Oh, it's a nice fluffy dough here. Lovely. The bowl's nice and clean, so you can see it's definitely ready. So now I'll just deflate it a little bit. I'm going to cut it in half. Get my handy dandy scraper here. And just get a little log. Just make it nice and even, no pointy ends, or your buns will be different sizes. Okay, I didn't realize my battery died, so I've got it plugged in. I'm not sure how much of that video was recorded because, like I say, the battery died. So what I did was I took it out of everything was greased, the bowl, and so I took it out. I cut it in half. I'm just not sure how much the video caught. And rolled them into nice logs here. I want them about the same size. And now I'll cut each log into 8 pieces. Hopefully even. This a little smaller. My 2 ends here seem to be a bit smaller, but that's okay. I got a baking tray with parchment paper on top, and I'll just form each little ball of dough into a bun. And I won't record all of this again because you don't want to watch me make 16 buns. But we're going to place them in the baking tray evenly, close together, maybe about a centimeter apart, because we want them to rise again and then kind of grow into each other a little bit. Might not be that good at that part, but as long as it gets into a nice little bun shape, that doesn't matter. So I just pull the sides down to the bottom and pinch it together, and that'll work. I don't think this here part is working for me. Maybe it feels like it's working. All I want to do is show you approximately how close together to have them. So, and by the way, I did have to add more water. I think somewhere in between 1/8 of a cup and 1/4 cup, because it was just too stiff a dough. So just approximately that distance apart, and I'll get them all rolled up. I'm going to get all 16 on this one tray. They will fit. And then they're going to rise for about 20 minutes while I preheat the oven to 400. And after they rise for 20 minutes, we'll pop it in the oven and bake them for about 18 to 22 minutes. But I'll get back to you maybe when I pop them into the oven after they've risen. And we'll go for there. So cross your fingers for me that this one's going to work, because I haven't had too much luck with some of these recipes I've been trying out. So cross your fingers for me, and I'll see you soon. Okay, time's up. There we go. And I forgot to mention that, well, wait, I'll show you this first. So, they're all risen. Not quite doubled, but they're touching each other now. I don't know, could you see that? Yeah, see, they're all kind of touching each other. And I didn't have room for that last one, so I squished it in between some smallest ones. So now, and what I forgot to mention was, I melted a couple tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to butter them. And I added to this butter some garlic and onion powder. I was going to do parsley in it, but I guess I don't have any. I couldn't find any. So we'll just butter them up. And then I'm going to sprinkle some grated cheese on them. Ooh, maybe I didn't quite melt enough butter. So let's be a little more frugal with it. But you need it for the cheese to stick on it. And I'll probably have to melt just a little bit more because I want to brush them when they come out of the oven. There we go. That's just the perfect amount. This thing's empty. Okay, so now I'll sprinkle the cheese. I grated some mozzarella and some cheddar cheese, and just top them a little bit. Most of them seem to be falling to the side, but that's okay. Oof, it's getting warm in here with that oven on at 400. I think I mentioned to you I preheat the oven to 400. That's good, lots. I think I just about the right amount here. I can add a bit here and there. Cheese is one of my favorite foods. I absolutely love cheese. Here's one that's a little bit lacking. Get that cheddar on there. Well, I think that's about all they'll hold. There we go. Now I'll just pop that in the oven for 18 to 22 minutes. When they come out, I'm going to brush them with butter again. Well, no, maybe I won't have to, not with the cheese. So, I'll see you in approximately 20 minutes. Okay, here we go. Buns are out of the oven. Look at them, aren't they yummy looking? I actually, you see me lifting the pan, I know. It's not hot. I took them out of the oven. I let them cool for about 20 minutes so I can do this last bit in one bit of a video and actually touch them and break them apart and have a nibble. So I'll just take them apart. I'm going to grab one of these center ones. Oh, look at that. Isn't that yummy? Look, see, this is the cheese that fell. I'm going to slice that and put a bit of butter on it and have a nibble. Isn't that yummy looking? This turned out way better than that bread I made yesterday. I think I figured out what I did wrong with that bread I made yesterday. I think I called it a fridge bread. It was supposed to rise, if I remember right, about an hour and then bake it. And I didn't think it rose enough, so I left it, I think, about 2 hours. So maybe that was just too much rising time. That's the only thing I can think of that I did any different from what the video showed. But there's my bun. Oh, that looks yummy. Haven't eaten yet today, so this is going to be my lunch. And I did better timing today on making this. It's 3:06, so I can have buns with my dinner tonight. Mmm. Mmm. This is really good. Mm-hmm. I should cover my mouth. Nice crispy top. The cheese on there. I can taste the garlic and onion that I put in the butter. Absolutely yummy. You should try this recipe. I'll include it in the description below, just in case you didn't catch it while I was making it. So I'm going to have some more bread. So in the meantime, you should try this recipe. It's really awesome. And how easy is that? I think it took me around an hour to do the whole thing, other than I let it cool for an extra 20 minutes before showing you the end here. But I hope you enjoy this video. Give the recipe a try, and please like and subscribe. See you guys. Have a good day.